Yeah, so the pressure is like way more on the girl because you just need to look really amazing.
Okay.
I'd say I'd do it all differently in the sense that, but it's so difficult because there's so much going on, you're not really present. I know it sounds really odd, like you're kind of going through the motions, but you're not actually, nothing is sticking in your mind. I didn't pick my dress up until the day before.
The wedding?
A day before the wedding. Oh, that's a bit of a deep question.
Hey, welcome to Brides Coffee. Today I'm joined by the beautiful Ozge, and we're going to be talking about her wedding. She had a slightly different wedding compared to our other ones, where during her civil ceremony, for her evening party, she wore a suit, which is, yeah, she did. Which, to be honest, I think the pictures came out really nice because we had an evening party theme going on. For any person who's about to get married, this will be a great conversation for you to listen to till the end. Obviously, don't run away. Because what's going to happen is we're going to go into details about what she would change, where she bought her dress, and the thinking about and the problems that may have come about, which will really help you. And if you're a bride who's already married, then when we get to the point where we're talking about her husband, I'm sure there'll be a couple of things that, including a PlayStation, which will probably put you off the edge. All right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
When you think back at your wedding, is there anything that sticks out that you were like, you know what? I would so do that differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything that we can actually talk about?
No, I'd say all of it though.
Okay.
I'd say I'd do it all differently in the sense that, but it's so difficult because there's so much going on, you're not really present. I know it sounds really odd, like you're kind of going through the motions, but you're not actually, nothing is sticking in your mind.
So what is it specifically that you'd change?
Like I feel like I would want to spend more time with the people.
Okay, this
That's
is afterwards.
close friend. No, this is during the wedding. I don't really feel like I have any memories of the wedding.
Okay.
The kind of when you walk in and everything. I do remember walking in and seeing my PT who was standing up and being like, "Take a seat." I was so worried that he didn't have anywhere to sit. I don't know. I'd probably want to be a little bit more upbeat.
Because I remember you saying for the leading up to the wedding, when we were trying to get some advice, I sent you a message saying, Ozge, I'm looking for some advice for brides to be. You're a bride to be. Are you doing anything for maybe getting into your dress, any sort of like training or weight loss? And you're like, yeah, I've got a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I'm like, for what? You're already so slim. What are you getting a person? You're like, no, but you don't understand.
You don't though. It does make a difference, and also you want to make like these are photographs that you'll keep forever. So you want to make sure you're in like best shape and everything. And I went through a period where I put on quite a bit of weight, and then losing it. My PT was fantastic, and I've had him for 3 years. I know it sounds crazy, but
You still have it now?
impact I still have him now, even after the wedding.
Really?
It's so good. Like mentally, it just eases you. It's just a nice thing to do. Also, I'm not a very active person, so having someone tell me what to do helps.
Besides the actual wedding ceremony, is there anything from, let's say, your decor that you think that, you know what, I would have changed this or...
I love the decor. We had like a neon sign and everything, but it's difficult because you never really, like you don't have the visual aid, and I'm more of a visual person. Like someone will explain something to me, I won't get it. I need to see it. My husband really struggles with me in that sense. But we were going like with the venue, we were talking about the decoration and everything. And I remember saying, are we going to have the whole board covered in flowers? And it was yes. But then my sister sent me a photo on the wedding day and it was just up to a certain point.
Okay.
Looking back, that upsets me a little bit because it plays with my OCD side a little bit.
Yeah, you do deal with that as a business, don't you?
Yeah, and also I think it's just easy, just make it perfect, you know?
Okay. Just get it just to the level, the way that I want it. Where did you get your dress from?
I didn't get my dress from anywhere, it was custom made.
Yes, it was.
It was.
The lady, you said her name. You drew it, I think.
Iden Taser, who is my mum's friend, and I was so happy I had this dress experience, like an experience like this with the dress. She used to work with my mum, and then obviously growing up I knew her.
Isn't she?
Yeah, well she's been not at the moment, but growing up I obviously knew her. I knew her daughter and everything, and I was obviously a COVID bride, which seems like a thing of the past now, but I never really had time to try dresses on because I never believed the wedding was actually ever going to happen.
Yeah, you kept telling me, don't worry, I remember.
I kept telling you, and I kind of was hoping that it wouldn't happen because I was so unprepared. But anyway, luckily she has a history of dressmaking, and she basically, we kind of called her and we were like, well, we're in a bit of an awkward situation. The wedding is going to go ahead in 3 months' time.
Okay.
We don't have a dress. What do we do? And back then we couldn't actually travel to Turkey as well. And dresses here, you need like minimum 6 months or whatever. So anyway, she was just like, not much we can do. Come, like, let's figure it out. So that was a really nice process. We basically would keep going over like every week. Poor woman, go over every week. I would I would order in samples for the fabric and everything, take it to her, we'd draw it up, change bits of it. She'd come up with like great ideas and I'd be like, how do you even do that? And she'd be like, just leave it with me. And it was that.
So your dress was a process of you driving a seamstress crazy?
Basically, yeah. But she also had like she also was working.
Okay, so she wasn't just making your dress.
I'm not being, that dress probably has blood, sweat and tears all over it. She basically would come home and then she was also looking after her old mum, poor woman, would come home, start tweaking bits of the dress every day, bit by bit. I didn't pick my dress up until the day before.
The wedding?
A day before the wedding. Not even 20, yeah, actually literally 24 hours.
You are a girl of like dramatic, staggering OCD, right? Where something where it has to be just as you want it, and you picked up your dress the night before.
I trusted the process. Which sometimes, I do that a lot in life, where I just say, it's fine, it can go one way or the other.
Okay.
That went the positive way. Sometimes that tip doesn't quite work out.
Yeah, of course it doesn't.
No, but...
Don't take that, listen, to anybody who's listening to this, picking up your dress the day before is mental.
Yeah.
Like from the brides that we speak to on this show, Brides and Coffee, multiple times have all said it takes 3 to 6 months, and the amount of times that they had to tweak, because especially you're going to a PT, that means that your weight is fluctuating as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So the dress is actually not fitting from one week to the other.
We did struggle with that actually.
So maybe you just stop going to the PT.
No, the PT is fantastic. Well, if I stop going to the PT, then I mean,
this
couch shouldn't be big enough. But yeah, I mean, I like my food, so the PT is something that just has to happen. But I mean, the dress was genuine. Like, I'd try it on, and then my body changed within the space of the 3 months, so we had to tweak it a little bit. She kind of basically was like to me, you need to stop.
What was the morning, the actual wedding day like, when you woke up and then you are going to get your makeup done, and then your husband has decided that he's going to get his whole entourage to show up, and they're having their own shoot, like the boys.
I basically didn't exist with them.
Okay, yeah.
The morning of the wedding was great. I mean, we woke up. It was better for my husband.
Okay.
Because he was like, we also had a couple of friends stay at the hotel with us, and they went for a little swim in the morning.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to at least try and like tidy up the room, or like try and set things up so it's easier for everyone. So he had that. I woke up at like 7:30. I remember not really sleeping very well.
Okay.
The night before. I don't know if it was nerves, because I think we were quite relaxed, but I think it was just like, okay, tomorrow's a big day. Like,
you didn't party the night before, did you?
No.
Because she'll be on the show. She knows who she is. She'll be on the show. They were partying like 4 days straight, including the night before the wedding.
I couldn't do that.
Because I was
I'd be asleep.
Okay.
At the wedding.
Well, they were pretty much asleep in the morning.
Yeah, no, we had like a relaxed like night before. We just were running around and doing stuff, to be honest. Like, I had to go and get my hair dyed and all that stuff. We had family come over.
What, the day before?
The day before, yeah.
So you were getting your hair dyed the day before?
Yeah, I know, I'm very
last
last
minute. What are you doing?
minute. I know, I'm incredibly
like, you're
last
one
minute.
of those ones where it's like everything is so important and yet you leave it to the last minute.
I know, it's bad, isn't it?
I wasn't expecting that from you.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Just because it worked out for her doesn't mean... You know what? Today's advice is don't do what has get done.
Yeah, do the opposite.
Because it worked out for her, but you know what? I'll be honest with you, 99% of the time, this is not going to work out.
No. Don't listen to anything I say. Why am I here?
The thing is, your wedding is so different. The styling, the reason I enjoyed it was because you went for... You definitely... Most brides say, you do what you feel like. I don't like this, so I didn't do it. But in your case, you genuinely did what you wanted to do. This includes, like I said, you wore a suit. It really suit you. Like, pardon the pun. And it made such a different scene. And the fact that your husband is so cheeky and playful, it kind of works with the two of you together. I think that's how he gets away with 90% of his stuff. Just like a little smile.
It's enough.
Berkant's is there.
I'm like, all right, I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah, I'm not mad anymore. So leading up to the wedding, what was the one thing that you were worried about? Was there anything?
I was worried about the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like dancing.
Okay.
And I will actively avoid dancing at every given opportunity.
Okay.
But obviously you have to.
Yeah.
Especially when it's your own wedding. But we basically didn't know how we were going to enter. We had a few ideas. We wanted to do something a bit different. We wanted to make it, have like our close friends involved. Mm-hmm. We had a couple of ideas, but we ran out of time. We just couldn't arrange to organise it with anyone. So we were like, cool, we'll just walk in, dance and whatever. My husband is he loves dancing.
Yes. Opposite.
You cannot stop him from dancing. I'm the opposite. I'm like, I honestly can't think of anything worse. Also because there's cameras pointed at you.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to trip.
Or was that the worry?
That was the worry. I'm going to trip. And also I'm going to look like an absolute weirdo dancing on my own wedding video. I was like, because I can't do it. And also I knew that we were like doing YouTube live at that point. So family in Turkey could watch and whatnot. So I was
you guys
just like,
made us do that though, by the way.
I know, my husband
It's not
did.
by choice.
Yeah. No, my husband did because he wanted his aunts and uncles to watch it. It was fine in the end.
You look like you were very calm. I mean, you didn't.
Oh my God, I was like you know, like when you put the kettle on and it starts boiling when it's ready. That's how I felt on the inside. I was like, I can't wait to go in and start dancing.
Like that, though.
I couldn't wait to dance.
Oh, so you were excited?
For the girl who hates dancing, I was like, get me inside, get me inside.
It's like the opposite, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how that happened.
I think it's probably at that point you just succumb to like, you know what? Whatever's gonna happen. I think I had that conversation with you where you were stressing about it, and I said to you, I said, Ozge, if you don't enjoy yourself and you don't let go right now, you will hate yourself afterwards because there's nothing I can do to fix your. I was like, I can make you look great with lighting and stuff, but the face,
it won't.
And your mood, I cannot do anything.
But mind you, after that chat, I did definitely start to enjoy it.
Yeah, you can. You can definitely see a shift. You can see a shift from the conversation to afterwards, where basically I've given you a bollocking and
you're going, okay, all right, you're getting in trouble now.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's at that point I don't know what happens. Like you just said, something happens, and there's just the pressure of life or the wedding or whatever. So many things goes over in a bride's head that their face is just doing too many things, so they just end up just going. Just like looking into the distance.
But I also think as a girl, there's a lot of pressure. There's more pressure as a girl than I think as the groom.
Okay.
Like you need to look immaculate. Like I've been sat on a lot of wedding tables where the bride will walk in and people around you will be like, oh, that isn't the best look.
Really? Is that what you're worried about?
I was worried about that because you kind of want people to remember you as being a pretty bride.
Yeah.
I know that sounds so shallow, but I guess that's probably why you do it. But yeah, that pressure was
to spend like what 2, 3, 4 hours getting ready.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, people need to say, look at me. Yeah. And this is who I am.
People need to be like, oh my God,
I can't believe she's the best bride ever. Do you think that really happens though?
No. I think people lie half the time. Being honest.
Well,
you're not gonna go to someone and be like, all that effort you put in, it hasn't quite worked out, hun. No. You know? So everyone just says, oh, you looked really nice. Yeah. But do you believe it? I don't know.
It's like when you see somebody's baby, you're like, oh, your baby's so cute. And then you're like, oh, you had a baby.
Yeah, like that. The midwife. Yeah. But for that reason, though, I think that's probably why you want to do your own thing anyway and put your own style on it. I'd say I had it quite easy because luckily my husband did take over charge of a lot of stuff. Okay. He was sending the invites out to our friends, for an example, and I was like, deal with it, mate. I mean, I can't be bothered. And he dealt with it. I mean, forever grateful. Yep. But yeah, there's so many things that you just have to deal with that you don't think about. Okay.
How did you two meet?
Oh, good question. We've known each other since we were kids.
Okay. This is a long, festering love affair.
Well, I don't know if we would say it was a long love affair, but so we knew each other because our mums were friends, or they had mutual friends, and we were all going to like the same cultural centre.
Yeah.
As kids, I don't know why. Maybe I was doing like math classes because my maths has always been weak. But and I would see him walking around, and he was like so cool.
Oh, has he always been like
He's
that?
always been like too cool for school kind of vibe, and I used to
He's got that vibe though, and he's a cool guy.
I used to just look at him and think, whatever, like I'm not going to try to be friends with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you play hard to get? Did you play hard to get?
Always.
I love it.
Tip number 1: play hard to get.
Girls play hard to get.
And then nothing kind of happened, obviously because we were kids, and then we were like 15, 16. This was the MSN phase.
Okay.
Where I remember going online, offline to get his attention. At some point it worked.
Okay.
Started talking, again, nothing. But I remember awkwardly talking about triple science. I don't know why. we were kids.
I've never heard that one. Where it's
We
like, we talk
bonded
about
over
triple science.
Yeah, we bonded over science. And then, after that, and then we moved over to BBM Messenger.
Oh, you guys have
The
gone
great
through
days,
the whole...
the phases of it.
The phases, Messenger, the days.
And then, again, nothing happened. And then at uni, we started to date.
How did how do you go from just being friend talking to like just dating?
Because I think the foundation was friendship.
Okay.
I think at some point it kind of happens, like where you go, oh,
He's
I
actually
never
quite
looked
cute.
at you like that. Or he goes, I've never looked at her like that.
Who made the move?
I don't know. I'm going to say he was persistent in that.
Do you agree?
He probably wouldn't. But he was persistent in the sense that, like, let's keep our friendship going.
Okay.
And then it kind of just turned into something. And then we kind of got, like, we stopped talking for a bit. I got a job, he got a job. And that's when it really started.
Okay.
Because we were like, okay, we're adults now. You kind of go through a phase where you're like, okay, uni's done, I've got a job now.
I'm an adult
Do I
now.
need to start thinking about something more serious?
Okay.
That's when it kind of happened.
What was your first date like?
Good. It's good. I remember I had a stomach ulcer at the time.
Oh,
and
no.
we went, because he's a big drinker, as am I. And we got beers at a pub in Covent Garden because that's where he was working at the time. And I just couldn't finish my pint.
Okay.
And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. I think he thought I was really nervous. I wasn't. I just was in a lot of pain. And then he goes, what's wrong? I told him I've got a bit of a stomach ulcer. And bless him, he's so nice. He was like, do you want me to go to the Boots and get you like a Rennie's or something? I was like, oh, cute.
Just ding.
That, yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to keep this one. This one I keep, yeah. Funny, you can see what's going on behind the camera. Okay, so you guys had a date in a pub.
Date in a pub. That's it. It wasn't anything fancy.
Okay.
And then the next one was a date at another pub. Where was
Did you guys like do a pub crawl? Is this what this was?
No,
like
we didn't. It was
day?
actually split up across a few different days, but we should have done a pub crawl.
Trying to go to every red line.
Yeah.
Trying to go to every single red line, like in the movie, like they want to go
Yeah.
to every single one. How does it go from being like just a natural date, you guys on a date, to going to thinking of it more seriously as a relationship? Like, okay, I like him, but how does it go to you thinking I want to spend the rest of my life with him?
That's a bit of a deep question.
That's what I'm here for.
Wow.
You're not giving away any other controversies, so we're
No,
going
I
to get
know.
to this. Yeah?
So you kind of, well, I guess it's age related as well, isn't it? And also you kind of go, Bad kind of has always been a fantastic friend. So you're like, he's a great friend. Would he be a great partner?
Okay.
And then I guess you go, well, let's give it a try. You never know until you try. And then when you do try, you're like, great partner, great husband.
Okay.
You kind of just go through the steps.
This is like the dominoes.
Yeah.
They're slowly,
They're
slowly knocking them
Sets
down.
everything in motion.
Well, how was the process of? Did you hint at that you wanted to get married? Did he just randomly one day propose to you? How was that process? Were you talking about it? Were you hinting, or were you just direct like, you better marry me?
No, I did kind of go. I did have that chat. I sound so lame. I like to pretend I'm a cool person. I'm clearly not now that I'm thinking of it. I remember going to him, like, if this is going to be serious, we need to make it serious kind of thing.
Okay.
But this is when we're still girlfriend and boyfriend. By serious, I mean, if you want to marry me,
Okay.
we crack on. If not,
Bye.
see you later.
Okay. So you put the pressure on.
Put the pressure just a little bit.
Just a tad.
And then he was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, cool. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
it.
Okay. And what was your proposal like?
Proposal was interesting. I had no, like I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Also, I think every Turkish couple kind of knows it's coming.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, well,
There might be like an odd
Because
few.
I'll be honest with you, in a Turkish couple, in most cases, the girl does put the pressure on the guy.
Do you see? Yeah.
She's
But
like,
also,
you know what, it's the time. Oh my God, my friend's got married. Oh, did you know my friend thing has got engaged? And like constantly the conversation. And afterwards, like, I didn't say nothing. Yeah, but you did kind of.
So I knew it was going to happen around like when it did happen.
Okay.
But on the day, I genuinely had no idea.
Oh, really?
He was like to me, my mum was acting really sketchy. I should have, now when I look back, I remember being like, she's being really weird. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so he was
your
like,
mum knew?
Everyone knew.
Okay.
He like went to my sister's for help on the ring and everything stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But so on the day, Barkan was like, I've got a really big meeting. I'm not going to be, like, you can't contact me within these hours and then we're going to go for like a meal after, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And he's like giving me all the spiel, like, oh, like if we land this job, it's going to be great for me, blah, blah. And I'm like, you do you, honey. Like, don't worry. I'll just sit at home and do nothing. So that's kind of what I was doing. And then he basically said, oh, but then we have to go out because it's my parents' anniversary.
Okay.
And I was like, cool. And this is where I get a bit annoyed because he was like to me, we're going to go to Sheesh, the restaurant.
Okay.
So I obviously wore what you would wear to a restaurant like that. I had like a leather skirt on, black leather skirt on, black top, really high heels.
Yes.
Not like what you would want to wear for your proposal, basically. But you want to look a little bit more angelic. I was in like full grunge look.
Yes. That suits you though. That's your style, is it
I
not?
don't know though, but you I don't know. You
Or do you-
want to
would you-
pretend to, like, at least if your
Or you
kids...
want a floral dress for your proposal?
Well, but if your kids are going to look back, you know, you kind of
But
want to
who
go...
knows what's going to be happening when you have kids?
Well, true. Grunge might be
Yeah,
it.
the grunge might be the one.
But and then he picked me up, pretending that his business meal was done and blah, blah, blah. It turns out he was obviously just setting up the proposal venue. And then he was like, I need to get changed, so we'll have to do a pit stop at my mum's. They're already at the restaurant, don't worry. We parked up and I could see lighting in their garden.
Okay.
And I was like, the hell is this? At that point, I was like, oh my God, something's going on here.
Oh, you had the little...
And then, like the
poor
butterflies
guy.
kicked in and whatnot. And then walked into the garden and it was like fully changed, transformed.
Okay.
Like photos of us all over, beautiful lighting, floral like backdrop. And then there was like a house that he had built.
Okay.
Because he's a construction manager kind of thing. He basically in every room, because he had designed the house as well, in every room he had left like really cute notes
Okay.
of us, like
Look
in
at
the
this
future
guy.
and whatnot. And it was like,
Okay,
oh, you
you
read
romantic,
it.
you.
Yeah, he's romantic. He's more romantic than I am, yeah, definitely. Read the notes, and then at the end he turned around and said, "Will you marry me?"
And you said?
I said yes.
You didn't like up to that and run away like
No,
Susie.
I was like,
Susie.
this is too stressful to run away at this point. He's gone through all this effort.
Like, okay, he's got the points.
Yeah.
He's got the points.
Yeah.
When you were doing your shoot during the wedding, when we were doing our shoot together, what was that experience like?
It was great because it was you and you were relaxing. But like I remember, because I get tense in front of the camera, which poor you probably struggled with that quite a bit. But I do remember that there being points where I was like, okay, so what shall I do? And you kind of go, do this, do more of this, do less of that. And you're kind of more of that guiding force that you really need. Because you obviously, you're on the other end of the camera, you have no idea what you look like. Which it takes a little warming.
But it's scary when I show them what they look like. They panic and they, if anything, do worse.
Well, yeah, because you don't, yeah. But also, if you don't like something.
Yes.
Also, you just need to trust the eye of the photographer, I think, sometimes, because...
Trust your photographer,
Trust
whoever
your
they
photographer,
are.
yeah.
Trust them because you've hired them.
Yeah.
And they would tell you if something's wrong.
You hope they will.
Well, then pick someone who would be
Well,
quite
yeah,
frank with
exactly.
you.
But like a photographer, obviously you've got a creative eye. Like you look out for things. You know what you've also done it for years as well.
Yeah.
Like you know what's going to work in every shot, and therefore, the final result is great. But when I watched the video, it's actually so funny because there's so many moments that you just miss.
Okay.
And when you look back, it's like I cannot believe that happened. There's a scene. It sounds like a movie. There's a bit where I was like, where the hell was I when all of that was going on? I feel like a couple of our friends were dancing in the middle, and I don't ever remember that happening.
So you miss it just.
Yeah, you just
frankly.
miss it. It just kind of, it's all a blur. You really only remembered the entrance.
Okay.
Well, that's me. And then that's it. You don't
Don't
really
remember anything else?
I honestly don't.
Okay.
Bear in mind, I was sober as well. I wasn't drunk because you
Okay.
told me to lay off on the alcohol.
Yes.
But
I said to you, you'll miss it out and then you'll
Yeah.
regret it afterwards.
yeah.
You could drink after, but don't kill
yeah.
the wedding.
You honestly just, I don't know if it's nerves.
Okay.
I don't know if there's like the people, and you're like the people have sent photos, and I do not remember taking those photos.
Okay. Because do you find that you went somewhere else in your mind, or you
Clearly, I did.
Clearly
Well,
you
clearly,
did,
I
yeah.
wasn't really there.
Did you have a honeymoon?
We couldn't do our honeymoon at the time, like after the wedding, because there was a lot of weddings, close friends that we just had to be there for. And now, because of work commitments, we just haven't been able to do it. But we're hoping a year into, like a year in a year's time, we'll probably just be able to go, call it our honeymoon, call it our first year anniversary present to each other. and
To
just-
each other, just like here's a
Two in
present.
one.
Let's just get it over.
Yeah.
You've been married for nearly a year, okay?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What's it like being married?
It takes a while to warm up to it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you go from having everything done for you
Yep.
to having nothing done for you.
And
You
your mum is very attentive as well.
My mum is lovely.
Like
Genuinely.
her mum is great at making food. Oh.
She's fantastic.
During
cook.
the morning, the ceremony,
ceremony, yeah.
when we popped in, and she's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna cook you guys breakfast." I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Thank you.
Yeah, but great. But I've never paid attention to what she does. Do you see what I
Okay.
mean? So now it's like
it just happens, right?
I have to call her and be like, "Mum, how do you make this food?" and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Mhm.
I'm terrible at cooking Turkish food. Like my go-to dinner is
We did see Mum. She does have a microwave. So
yeah.
the reason I'm putting that out there is because her mum wouldn't let her have a microwave at home.
Yeah.
Because Mum's like, no, you don't heat in a microwave. You heat it normally.
Childhood
and then,
scar.
Even now, she has a microwave, but it's hidden in a corner.
so she doesn't see it.
So Mum doesn't need to know about that kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? What was the first month like? Because that's normally the one where
Depressing.
Okay.
Not because of the marriage side. The marriage side was great. Obviously, you can't fault that. Depressing because I'd moved out from where I lived at my mum's to where I am now, which is in the sticks in Essex. There is no life around us.
It's just quiet.
It's just quiet, just trees. But yeah, the first month, it's a process. You adjust to it.
Okay. And what was it that made it easier? Is there anything that you guys did intentionally that has made the whole marriage thing a bit easier?
Listen to each other, I think.
Okay. Did you
'Cause I
have it? Did you start? Some couples they start off with like the argument starts. Like, did you guys have that stage or you didn't?
We didn't really have. I would say we argue less
Okay.
now that we're married
Okay.
than we went before, because I feel like the main crux of why we would argue back in the day was I don't process my emotions very well.
Okay.
This is like a therapy session.
Yeah, it's
So
the
when
therapy couch.
Yeah. So when I would miss him, I'd get angry,
Okay.
and we'd just argue because of that. But when you live together, you obviously don't really miss each other.
Do you not?
Well, I mean, maybe
I mean,
not.
you work from home, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's out about. So you just.
I'm hoping he misses me.
We're gonna have to ask him. Can you,
Check.
Berkan? Can you comment below and let us know if you miss your wife?
He's going to be like, no. But yeah, like, I think we were doing more of the listening in the sense that like chores around the house.
Okay. What's he like? Is he quite hands-on or is he a bit more?
He's hands-on because he likes to he likes to not stress me out, I guess.
Okay.
Because he knows this is not going to end
So
very
is this
well.
only because he doesn't want an argument?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
That's how guys work though, no?
Yeah,
Just avoid it.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
you don't need to. The socks don't need to go into the laundry basket if you hide them.
Like I had to close my phone just then
Yeah.
and to tell my wife like, why did you call me? And
Yeah.
then now I'm thinking she's gonna be like, I called you to see how you are, and then you just tell me off. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's
You know
a-
where
yeah,
that's going, right?
exactly.
You know where that's going.
Instant anxiety.
Exactly. Instantly. As
I'd
it
hate
comes
to
out
be
your
a
mouth,
guy,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, messed up.
Damn. Yeah, like he does help out, but
What's the one thing that you love more about him now that you're married?
He's a very calming presence,
He is,
which I
isn't he?
don't think I noticed. He's also cheeky as fuck, but he's also a very calming presence, I think.
Okay.
Which
What's one thing about him that that drives you insane about him that you're probably going to work on? I mean, you'll get rid
his
of
timing.
it. Okay. What does that mean?
I need to put a watch on him and have it like an hour behind so we can get to places at the time. that
Oh,
we
he's
say.
one of those. He's always late.
Listen, honestly, I can't. I don't know what goes wrong.
Is he the one where he needs to be somewhere at 7, so he leaves at 7?
7:30. We're always
He's
late.
the
Everyone. It's
worst.
really bad. It's
So
so
if
bad.
anyone is friends with Ozge and she's late, we know
It's
why
not me,
the problem
it's
is.
him.
It's him. Okay.
There's been so many times we'll go to like a social event, and because he's running late, because he's had to go to the barbers and like he hasn't planned.
he's
it
very
ahead of time.
groomed though, isn't he?
He's
He
very
takes
groomed.
care- he takes
and
care
I'll
of
be
himself.
like, okay, I'll just try and get ready in a rush, and then my nails look like a state. My hair hasn't worked out and everything, just because he's taking his time, and I don't want to make us extra late.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So guys, as Ozge said, that she had a bit of a challenge during her time because she did go through a time that hopefully no other bride goes through, which was the period of COVID where she was delayed. Her wedding was delayed basically 2 years, right? Due to that scenario. She did have to, because of COVID, have her own dress made. Some of it was a choice, some of it was they twisted her arm just due to dates, right? Hopefully you don't go through that. As she said, marriage initially is a bit of a challenge. You have to sometimes ease into it, and it's for the two partners to make that part as easy for each other as possible. She had a lot of stress in the morning, but as she said, once the wedding started, it was gone. She just started to enjoy herself. The wedding is what it is. And make sure you like, subscribe, and you comment down below. Let us know what you thought. There's more videos like this coming where we sit down with our brides. And if you are not following us on Instagram or TikTok, make sure that you do, because we do behind the scenes of these shoots. So you can see the parts where we're laughing and things have gone a bit wrong. Until next time.